And the word of Samuel came out to all Israel. Now Israel went out against the Philistines to battle and pitched beside Ebenezer, and the Philistine pitched in Aphek. And Philistines put themselves in array against Israel. And when they joined battle, Israel was meeting before the Philistines, and they slew all the army in the field, about 4,000 men. And when the people were come into the camp, the elders of Israel said, wherefore are the Lord smitten us today before the Philistines? Let us fetch the ark of the covenant of the Lord out of Shiloh unto us, that when it cometh among us, it may save us out of the hand of our enemies. So the people sent to Shiloh, that they might bring from there the ark of the covenant of the Lord host, and dwelleth between the gate cherubims. And the two sons of Eli, Ophni and Phinehas, were there with the ark of the covenant. And when the ark of the covenant of the Lord came into the camp, all Israel shouted with a great shout, so that the earth rang again. And when the Philistines heard the noise of the shout, they said, what meaneth the noise of the great shout? And in the camp of the Hebrews, and they understood that the ark of the Lord was come into the camp, and the Philistines were afraid, for they said, God is come into the camp. And they said, woe unto us, for there hath not been such a thing heretofore. Woe unto us, for shall do unto all who shall deliver us out of the hand of the mighty gods. These are the gods that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in Israel. Be strong and quit yourself like men, O ye Philistines, that ye may be not servant unto the Hebrews, as they have been to you. Quit yourself like men and fight. And the Philistines fought, and Israel was smitten, and they fled, every man unto his tent. And there was a very great slaughter, for they fell of Israel 30,000 footmen. And the ark of God was taken, and two sons of Eli, Ophni and Phinehas, were slain. And there ran a man of Benjamin out of the army, and came to Shiloh the same day, with his clothes rent, and with his hat upon his head. And his and when he came, lo, Eli sat upon the seat by the wayside, watching, for his heart trembled for the ark of God. And when the man came into the city and told it, all the city cried out. And when Eli heard the noise of the crying, he said, what meaneth the noise of the tumult? And the man came in hastily and told Eli. Now Eli was 90 and 80 years old, and his eyes were dim, that he could not see. And the man said unto Eli, I am he that came out of the army, and I am fled today out of the army. And he said, what is there done, my son? And the messenger answered and said, Israel is fled before the Philistines, and there hath been also a great slaughter among the people, and thy two sons also, Ophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of God is taken. And it came to pass, when he made mention of the ark of God, that he fell from off the seat backward, and by the side of the gate, and his neck brake, and he died, for he was an old man and heavy, and he has judged Israel 40 years. And his daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was with a child near to be delivered. And when she heard the tidings that the ark of God was taken, and that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she bowed herself and travailed, for her pain came upon her. And about the time of the death of the woman that stood by her maid unto her, fear not, for thou hast borne a son. But she answered not, neither did she regard it. And she named the child Ichabod, saying, the glory is departed from Israel, because the ark of God was taken, and because of her father-in-law and her husband. And she said, the glory is departed from Israel, for the ark of God is taken. 1 Samuel chapter 5. And the Philistines took the ark of God and brought it from Ebenezer unto Ashdod. When the Philistines took the ark of God, they brought it unto the house of Dragon and set it by Dragon. Dagon. And when they of Ashdod arose early on the morrow, behold, Dagon was falling upon his face to the earth before the ark of the Lord, and they took Dagon and set him in the place again. And when they arose there on the morrow morning, behold, Dagon was asleep upon his face to the ground before the ark of the God, and the head of Dagon and both the palms of his hand were cut off upon the threshold. Only the stump of Dagon was left to him. Therefore, neither the priest of Dagon nor any that cometh into Dagon's house tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod unto this day. But the hand of the Lord was heavy upon them of Ashdod, and he destroyed them and smote them with emeralds, even Ashdod and the coast thereof. And when the men of Ashdod saw that it was so, they said, the ark of God of Israel shall not abide with us, for his hand is sore upon us and upon the Dagon our God. They said therefore, and gathered all the lords of the Philistines unto them, and said, what shall we do with the ark of God of Israel? And they answered, let the ark of God of Israel be carried about unto Gath. And they carried the ark of God of Israel about the town. And it was so that after they had carried it about, the hand of the Lord was against the city with a very great discussion, and he smote the men of the city, both small and great, and they had emerald in the secret parts. Therefore they sent the ark of God to Ekron, and it came pass as the ark of God came to Ekron, and the Ekronites cried out, saying, they have brought about the ark of the God of Israel to us to slay us among and our people. So they sent and gathered together all the gods of the Philistines and said, send away the ark of God of Israel, and let it go again to his own place, that it stay us not and our people, for there was a deadly destruction throughout all the city. The hand of God was very heavy there, and the man that died not were smitten with the emerald, and the cry of the city went up to heaven. 1 Samuel chapter 6. And the ark of the Lord was in the country of Philistine 7 months, and the Philistine called for the priests of and the diviners, saying, what shall we do to the ark of God? Let us wherewith we shall send it to his place. And they said, if ye send it, if ye send the ark of God of Israel, send it not empty, but in any wise return him a trespass offering, then ye shall be healed, and it shall be known to you why his hand is not removed from you. And said they, what shall we be trespass offering? What shall be the trespass offering which we shall return to him? They answer, 5 golden emeralds and 5 golden mice, according to the number of the lot of the Philistines. For one plague was on you all and on your lords. Wherefore ye shall make images of your emerald and images of your mice that mar the land, and ye shall give glory unto the God of Israel. Peradventure he will lighten his hand upon up from you and from your gods and from off your land. Wherefore then do ye harden your hearts as the Egyptians and the Pharaoh hardened their hearts? When he had wrought wonderfully among them, did they not tell, let the pigeon go, people go, and they departed? Now therefore make a new cart, and take the two male kine, on which there hath come no yoke, and tie and climb to the cart, and then their calves home from them, and take the risk of the Lord, and lay it upon and take the ark of the Lord and lay it upon the cart, and put the jewels of gold which he returned him from a trespass offering in a coffer by the side thereof, and send it away, that it may go. And see, if it goeth up by the way of his own coast to Bethlehem, and then he had done us the great evil. But if not, then we shall know that it is not his hand that smote us. It was a chance that happened to us. And the men did, and took two make nail, and tied them to the ark, and shut up their calves at home. And they laid the ark of the Lord upon the cart, and the offer with the mice of gold, and the image of the emeralds. And the kine took the straight way to the way of Bethlehem, and went along the highway, and slowing as they went, and turned not aside to the right hand or to the left. And the lot of the Philistines went after them unto the border of Bethlehem, and they of Bethlehem were reaping their wheat harvest in the valley. And they lifted up their eyes and saw the ark, and rejoiced to see it. And the cat came unto the field of Joshua, and the Beshemites, and stood there, where there was a great stone, and they clave the wood of the cat, and offered the nail, the kind, a burnt offering unto the Lord. And the Levite took down the ark of the Lord, and the coffer that was with it, wherein the jewels of gold were, and put them on the great stone. And the men of Bethlehem offered burnt offerings and sacrifices the same day unto the Lord. And when the five lords of the Philistines had seen it, they returned to Ekron the same day. And these are the golden emerald which the Philistines returned for a trespass offering unto the Lord. For Ashnod one, for Gaza one, for Askelon one, for Gath one, for Ekron one. And the golden mice, according to the number of the cities of the Philistines belonging to the five lords, both of fenced cities and of country villagers, even unto the great stone of Abel, whereon they set down the ark of the Lord, which stone remaineth unto this day in the field of Joshua the Beshmemat. And the same, and he smote the men of Beth Shemesh, because they had looked into the ark of the Lord. Even he smote the people, 50,000 and three scores, and them men. And the people lamented, because the Lord had smitten many of the people with a great slaughter. And the men of the Bethlehem, of the Beth and the men of Bethshemesh said, who is able to stand before this holy Lord God? And to whom shall we go up from us? And they sent messengers to the inhabitants of Kedarim, saying, the Philistines have brought again the ark of the Lord. Come ye down and fetch it up to you. 1 Samuel chapter 7. And the men of the Kishmajai came and fetched up the ark of the Lord, and brought it into the house of Abinadab in the hill, and sanctified Eleazar the son to keep the ark of the Lord. And it came to pass, while the ark abode in Kejimajarim, and the time was long, for it was 20 years, and at the house of Israel lamented after the Lord. And Samuel spoke unto all the house of Israel, saying, if ye do return unto the Lord, and all your heart, with all your heart, then put away the strange gods and Ashtaroth from among you, and pure your heart unto the Lord, and serve him only, and he will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistines. Then the children of Israel did put away Beliam and Ashtaroth, and serve the Lord only. And Samuel said, gather all Israel unto Mishpe, and I will pray for us, and I pray for you unto the Lord. And they gathered together to Mishpe, and draw water, and pour it out before the Lord, and fasted on that day, and said there, we have sinned against the Lord. And Samuel judged the children of Israel in Mizpeh. And when the Philistines heard that the children of Israel were gathered together to Mizpeh, the Lord of the Philistines went up against Israel. And when the children of Israel heard it, they were afraid of the Philistines. And the children of Israel saw and said to Samuel, cease not to cry unto the Lord our God for us, that he will save us out of the hand of the Philistine. Samuel took a sucking lamb and offered it for a burnt offering, holy unto the Lord. And Samuel laid it upon the Lord for Israel, and the Lord heard him. And but as Israel was offering on the burnt offering, the Philistines drew near to battle against Israel. But the Lord thundered with a great thunder on that day and upon the Philistines and discomfited them, and they were smitten before Israel. And the men of Israel went out of Mizpeh and pursued the Philistines and smote them until they became under Bethkar. Then Samuel took a stone and set it between Mizpeh and Shen and called the name of the heath Ebenezer, saying, Here the Lord helped us. So the Philistines were subdued, and they came no more into the coast of Israel. And the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines all the days of the Samuel. And the city which the Philistines had taken from Israel were restored to Israel, from Ekron even unto Gath, and the coast there did Israel deliver out of the hand of the Philistines, and there was peace between Israel and the Amorites. And Samuel judged Israel all the days of his life, and he went from year to year in circuit to Bethel and Gilgal and Mishpe, and judged Israel in those places. And his return was to Ramah, for there was his house, and there he judged Israel, and there he built an altar unto the Lord. First Samuel chapter 8. And it came to pass when Samuel was old, that he made his sons judge over Israel. And the name of the firstborn was Joel, and the name of the secondborn Abiah. And there they were judges in Beersheba. And his son walked not in the ways, but turned aside after lucre, and took bribes and perverted judgment. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah, and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the other nations. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people, and in all that way say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, but I should not reign over them, according to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherein they have forsaken me and served other gods, so do they also unto thee. Now therefore hearken unto their voice. Howbeit ye protest solemnly unto them, and shew them the manner of the king that shall reign over them. And Samuel did all the words of the Lord unto the people that asked him of king. And he said, This is be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariot, and to the horsemen, and some shall run before him in chariot. And he will appoint him captains over thousands and captains over fifties, and will set them to hear the ground, to hear the ground, and to reap his harvest, and to make his instruments of war, an instrument of the chariot. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries, and to be cooks, and to be bakers. And he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, and even the best of them, and give them to his servant. And he will take the tenth of your seed and of your vineyard, and give it and to give his officer and to his servant. And he will take your man servant and your maid servant and your godliest young men and your asses, and put them to his work. He will take the tenth of your sheep, and ye shall be his servant. And ye shall cry out in that day because of your king, which ye shall which shall ye chose shall you have chosen you, and the Lord will not hear you in that day. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they say, Nay, but we will have a king over us, that we may also have been like all these nations, that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battles. And Samuel heard all the words of the Lord. Then he rehearsed them in the ears of the Lord. And the Lord said unto Samuel, Hearken unto their voice, and make them a king. And Samuel said unto the men of Israel, Go ye every man unto thy city. First Samuel chapter 9. Now there was a man of Benjamin whose name was Kish, and his son of Abiel, the son of Zerah, the son of Bechorath, and the son of Appias, and a Benjamite, a mighty man of power. And he has a son whose name was Saul, a choice young man and goodly, and there was not among the children of Israel a goodlier person than he. From his shoulders and upon he was higher than any of the people. And the asses of Kish, Saul's father, were lost. And the king said to Saul, his son, Take now one of the servants with thee, and arise, go seek the asses. And he passed through the Mount Ephraim, and passed through the land of Salishas, the land of Salisha. But they found them not. Then they passed through the land of Shalim, and there they were not. And he passed through the land of the Benjamin, but they found them not. And when they were come to the land of Zuph, Saul said to his servant that was with him, Come and let us return, lest my father live caring for the asses, and take thought of us. And he said unto him, Behold, now there is in this city a man of God, and he is an honorable man, and all that he said come to pass. Now let us go there. Peradventure he can show us our way that we should go. And then Saul said to the servant, But behold, if we go, what shall we bring the man? For the bread is spent in our vessels, and there is not a present to bring to the man of God. What shall we? And the servants answered Saul again and said, Behold, I have here at hand the fourth part of a shekel of silver, that will I give to the man of God to tell us our way. Before time Israel were when before time in Israel, when the man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, Come and let us go to the seer, for he that is now called a prophet from before time called seer. Then said Saul to the servant, Well said, come, let us go. So they went unto the city where the man of God was. And as they went up the hill to the city, then they found young maidens going out to draw water, and said unto them, Yeah, is the seer here? And they answered them and said, He is, behold, he is before you. Make haste now, for he came today to the city. For there is a sacrifice of the people today in the high places. As soon as they come into the city, ye shall straightway find him before he go up to the high places to eat. For the people will not eat until he come, because he doth bless the sacrifice, and afterward they eat that be bidden. Now therefore get you up, for about this time here ye shall find me. And they went up into the city, and when they were come into the city, behold, Samuel came out against them for to go up to the high places. Now the Lord had told Samuel in his ear a day before Saul came, saying, Tomorrow about this time I will send thee a man out of the land of Benjamin, and thou shalt appoint him to be captain over the people Israel, and he shall save my people out of the hand of the Philistines. For I have looked upon my people, because their cry is came unto me. And when Samuel now saw Saul, The Lord said unto him, Behold, the man whom I spake to thee of, the same shall reign over my people. Then Saul drew near to Samuel in the gate and said, Tell me, I pray thee, where the ass where is the seer Hazael is? And Samuel answered Saul and said, I am the seer. Go up before me unto the high place, for ye shall eat with me today and tomorrow, and I will let you go, and will tell thee all that is in thy heart. And as for thy asses that they were losses 3 days ago, set not thy mind on them, for they are found, and on them is all the desire of Israel. Is it not on thee and on all thy father's house? Samuel answered and said, I am not. And Saul answered and said, Am I not I, a Benjamin, of the smallest of the tribe of Israel, and my family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin? Wherefore then speakest thou to me. And Samuel took Saul and his servant and brought them into the parlor and made them sit in the chiefest place among them that were bidding, which were about 30 persons. And Samuel said unto the people, Bring the portion which I gave thee, of which I said unto thee, Set it by thee. And the cook took off the shoulder and, and that which was upon it, and set it before Saul. And Saul said, Behold, that which is left, set it before thee, and eat. For unto this time hath it been kept for thee, since I said, I have invited the people. So Saul did eat with Samuel that day. And when they were down come from the high place along unto the city, Samuel communed with Saul upon the top of the house, and they arose early. And it came to pass about the spring of the day that Samuel called Saul to the top of the house, saying, Up that I may send thee away. And Saul arose, and they went out, both of them, he and Samuel, abroad. And as they were going down to the end of the city, Samuel said to Saul, Bid the servant pass on before us. And he passed on, but stand thou still a while, that I may show thee the word of God. 1 Samuel chapter 10. Then Samuel took a vial of oil and poured it on his head and kissed him and said, Is it not because the Lord hath anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance? When thou art departed from me today, then thou shalt find 2 men by Rachel's sepulchre in the border of Benjamin at Caesar, and they will say unto thee, The asses which thou wantest to seek are found, and lo, thy father had left the care of the asses and sorrowed for you, saying, What shall I do for my son? Then shalt thou go on forward from there, and thou shalt come to the plain of Tabor, and there shall meet the 3 men going up to God to Bethel, one carrying 3 kids, and another carrying 3 loaves of bread, and another carrying a bottle of wine. And they will salute thee and give thee 2 loaves of bread, and thou shalt receive of their hand. After that, thou shalt come to the hill of God, where is the garrison of the Philistines. And it shall come to pass, when thou art come there to the city, that thou shalt meet a company of a prophet coming down from the high place with psaltery and a tabret and pipe and a harp before them, and they shall prophesy. And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon thee, and thou shalt prophesy with them, and shall be turned into another man. And let it be, when these signs are come into thee, thou too as occasion serve thee, for God is with thee. And thou shalt go down before me to Gilgal, and before I will come down unto thee to offer burnt offerings and to sacrifice of peace offerings. 7 days shalt thou tarry till I come to thee and show thee what thou shalt do. And it was so, that when it had turned his back to go from Samuel, God gave him another heart, and all those signs came to pass that day. And when they came into the hill, behold, a company of prophets met him, and the Spirit of the Lord came unto him, and he prophesied again. And it came to pass, when all that knows him before that saw that, behold, he prophesied among the prophets. And then the people said unto another, what is this that is come into the son of Kish? He saw not among the prophets. And one of the same place answered and said, but who is their father? Therefore it became a proverb. He sought also among the prophets. And when he had made an end of prophesying, he came to the high places. And Saul's uncle had said unto him and to servant, where then went he, and he said, to seek the asses. And when we saw that they were nowhere, we came to Samuel. And Saul's uncle said, tell me, I pray thee, what Samuel said unto you. And Saul said unto his uncle, he told us plainly that the asses were found, but of the matter of thy kingdom, whereof Samuel spake, he told me not. And Samuel called the people together unto the Lord at Mizpeh, and said, unto the children of Israel, thus said the Lord God of Israel, I brought you Israel out of Egypt, and delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of the kingdoms, and of them that oppress you. And ye have these days rejected your God, who himself saved you out of all the adversities and the tribulation. And ye have said unto him, nay, but set a king over us. Now therefore present yourselves before the Lord of your tribes, and by your thousands. And when Samuel has caused all the tribes of Israel to come near, the tribe of Benjamin was taken, and he had caused the tribe of Benjamin to come near by their families, and the family of the Matri was taken, and Saul the son of Kish was taken. And when they sought him, he could not be found. Therefore, they inquired of the Lord further, if the man should yet come here. And the Lord answered, behold, he hath hid himself among the stuff. And they ran and fetched him hence. And then he stood among the people. He was higher than any of the people, from the shoulders and upward. And Samuel said to all the people, Ye see ye him whom the Lord hath chosen, that there is none like him among all the people. And all the people shouted and said, God save the king. Then then Samuel took the people of the manner of the kingdom, and wrote it in a book, and laid it up before the Lord. And Samuel sent all the people away, every man to his house. And Saul also went home to Gibeon, and there went with him a band of men whose heart God has touched. But the children of Belial said, how shall this man save us? And they despised him, and brought him no present, but he heard his peace. Samuel chapter 11. First Samuel chapter 11. Then Nahash the Amorite came up, and then Nahash the Ammonite came up and encamped against Jas- Gilead, and all the men of Jabesh said unto Nahash, make a covenant with us, and we will serve thee. And Nahash and the Amorite answered them, of this condition will I make a covenant with you, or that I may thrust out all your right eyes, and lay it for a reproach upon all Israel. And the elders of Jabesh said unto him, give us 7 days respite, that give us 7 days respite, that we may send messengers unto all the coast of Israel. And then, if there be no man to save us, we will come unto you, we come out to thee. Then came the messengers of Gibeah of Saul, and told the tidings in the ears of the people. And all the people lifted up their voices and wept. And behold, Saul came after the end out of the field. And Saul said, what ailed the people that they wept and they stood in the tidings of the men of Jabesh? And the Spirit of God came upon Saul when he heard those things, and his anger was kindled greatly. And he took a yoke of oxen and hewed them in pieces and sent them throughout all the coast of Israel by the hands of the messenger, saying, whosoever cometh not forth after Saul and after Samuel, so shall he be done unto his oxen. And the fear of the Lord fell on the open, and they came out with one consent. And when he numbered them in Bezek, the children of Israel, there 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000. And they sent out unto the members that came, thus say, ye shall ye say unto the men of Jabesh Gilead, tomorrow by that time the sun he ought, yet shall have help. And the messengers came and shewed it to the men of Jabesh, and they were glad. Therefore the men of Jabesh said, tomorrow we will come out unto you, and ye shall do with us all that seemeth good unto you. And it was so on the morrow that Saul put the people of the three men companies, and they came into the midst of the host in the morning watch, and slew the Ammonites until the heat of the day. And it came to pass when that it came to pass that day which remained were scattered, so that two of them were not left together. And the people said unto Samuel, who is he that said, shall Saul reign over us? Bring the men, that we may put them to death. And Saul said, there shall not a man be put to death this day, for today the Lord hath wrought salvation in Israel. Then said Samuel to the people, come and let us go to Gilgal and renew the kingdom there. And all the people went unto Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before the Lord in Gilgal, and there they sanctified sacrifices of peace offering before the Lord, and they stand there. Saul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly. 1 Samuel chapter 12. And Samuel said unto all Israel, behold, I have hearkened unto the voice in all that ye said unto me, and have made king over you. And now behold, the king walketh before you, and I am old and grey-headed, and behold, my sons are with you, and I have walked before you from my childhood unto this day. Behold, here am I, witness against me before the Lord, and before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken, or whose axe have I taken, or whom have I defrauded, or whom have I oppressed, or whom have I received any bribe to blind my eyes? Where either with will I restore it to you? And they said, thou hast not defrauded us, nor oppressed us, neither hast thou taken aught of any man's hand. Then he shall then he said unto them, the Lord is witness against you, and is anointed, and is with thee this day, and ye have not found not in any hand. And they answered, he is witness. And Saul said unto the people, it is the Lord that advanced Moses and Aaron, and that brought your fathers up out of the land of Egypt. Now therefore stand still, that I may reason with the Lord before the Lord, and all the righteous act of the Lord, which he did to you and to the fathers. When Jacob was come into Egypt, and your fathers cried unto the Lord, then the Lord sent Moses and Aaron, which brought forth you fathers out of Egypt, and made dwell there in this place. And when they forgot the Lord their God, he sold them into the hand of the Caesarea, captain of the host of Azor, and into the hand of the Philistines, and into the hand of the king of Moab, and they fought against them. And they cried unto the Lord and said, we have sinned we have sinned, because we have forsaken the Lord, and have served Balaam and Ashtaroth. But now deliver us out of the hand of the enemies, and he will serve thee. And the Lord sent Jerubbaal and Bedan and Jephthah and Samuel and deliver you out of their hand for your enemies on every side, and ye dwelt safe. And you saw that Nahash, the king of the children of Ammon, came against you. Ye said unto me, Nay, but the king shall reign over us, when the Lord your God was your king. Now therefore, behold the king whom ye have chosen, and whom ye have desired, and behold the Lord that set a king over you. If you will fear the Lord and serve him and obey his voice, and now the rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall both ye and also the king that reign over you continue following the Lord your God. But if you will not obey the voice of the Lord, but rebel against the commandment of the Lord, then shall the hand of the Lord be against you, and it was against your fathers. Now therefore stand and see the great thing which the Lord will do before your eyes. Is it not with heart today? I will call unto the Lord, and he shall send thunder and rain, that ye may perceive and see that your wickedness is great, which ye have done in the sight of the Lord in asking you a king. So Samuel said unto the Lord, and the Lord sent thunder and rain that day, and all the people greatly feared the Lord and Samuel. And all the people said unto Samuel, Pray for thy servant unto the Lord thy God, that we die not, for we have added unto all our sins this evil, to ask us a king. And Samuel said unto the people, Fear not, ye have done all this wickedness, yet not turn aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart, and turn ye not aside, for then would ye go after vain things, and cannot profit nor deliver, for they are vain. For the Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased the Lord to make you aside people. Moreover, so as for me, God forbid that I should sin against the Lord in season to pray for you, but I will teach you the good and the right way. Don't really fear the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart, and for consider how great things he has done for you. But if ye shall still do wickedly, ye shall be consumed, both ye and your king. 1 Samuel chapter 13. Saul reigned, Saul reigned 1 year, and when he had reigned 2 years over Israel, Saul chose, Saul chose him 3,000 men of Israel, whereof 2,000 were with Saul in Michmash and in Mount Bethel, and 1,000 were with Jonathan in Gibeah of Benjamin, and the rest of the people he set every man to his tent. And Jonathan smote the garrison of the Philistine that was in Gibeah, and the Philistine heard of it, and Saul blew the trumpet throughout all the land, saying, Let the Hebrews hear, and all Israel heard, say that Saul has smitten a garrison of the Philistine, and that Israel also was had in abomination with the Philistine. And the people were called together after Saul to Gilgal. And the Philistines gathered themselves together to fight with Israel, 30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen, and people as the sand which is on the seashore in multitude. And they came up and pitched in Michmash, eastward of Bethaven. When the men of Israel saw that they were in a strait, for the people were distressed, then the people did eat themselves in caves and in thickets and in rocks and in high places and in pits. And some of the Hebrew went over Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. As for Saul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling. And he tarried 7 days, and according to the set time that Samuel had appointed. But Samuel came not to Gilgal, and the people were scattered go from him. And Saul said, Bring here a burnt offering to me, and peace offering. And he offered the burnt offering. And it came to pass that as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came and saw, and Saul went out to meet him, that he might salute him. And Samuel said, what hast thou done? And Saul said, because I saw that the people were scattered from me, and that no and that cometh not within the days appointed, and that the Philistines gathered themselves all together at Michmash. Therefore said I, the Philistine will come down now upon me at Gilgal, and I have not made supplications unto the Lord. I forced myself therefore and offer burnt offering. And Samuel said to Saul, thou hast done foolishly. Thou hast not taken the commandment of the Lord thy God, which he commanded thee. For now would the Lord have established thy kingdom upon Israel forever. And now thy kingdom shall not continue. The Lord has sought him a man after his own heart, and the Lord has commanded him to be captain over his people, because thou hast not kept that which the Lord commanded thee. And Samuel arose and gat him up from Gilgal unto Gibeah of Benjamin. And Saul numbered the people that were present with him, about 600 men. And Saul and Jonathan his son, and the people that were with him then abode in Gibeah of Benjamin. But the Philistines encamped in Michmash, and the spoilers came out of the camp of the Philistines in three companies. One company turned unto the way that leaded to Ophrah, unto the land of Shua, and another company turned the way to Bethoron, and another company turned to the way of the border that looketh to the valley of Zebulun towards the wilderness. Now there was no smith found throughout all the land of Israel, for the Philistines said, Lest the Hebrews let the Hebrews make them sword or pierce. But all the Israelites went down to the Philistines to sharpen every man his shear and his quota and his axe and his mattock. There they had a fire for the mattock and for the quotas and for the fox and for the axle and to sharpen the goods. So it came to pass in the day of the battle that there was neither sword nor spear found in the hand of any of the people that were with Saul and Jonathan, but the son and with Jonathan his son was there found. And the garrison of the Philistines came out to the passage of Michmash. Daniel chapter 14. 1 Samuel 14. 1 Samuel 14. Now it came to pass upon a day that Jonathan the son of Saul said unto the young man that bare his armor, Come and let us go over the Philistine garrison that is on the other side. But he told not his father. And Saul tarried in the uttermost part of Gibeah under the pomegranate tree which is in Migron, and the people that were with him were about 600 men. And Ahiah, the son of the Abitop, Ishkabod brother, the son of Phinehas, and also of Eli, the Lord's priest in Shiloh, wearing an ephod. And the people knew not that Jonathan was gone. And when the passage and between the passage there by which Jonathan sought to go over unto the Philistine garrison, there was a sharp rock on the one side, and a sharp rock on the other side, and the name of the one was Bozez, and the name of the other Sini, and the forefront of the one which was situated northward of northward over again Michmash, and the other southward over against Gibeah. And Jonathan said to the young man that there is armor, Come and let us go over unto the garrison of the uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work for us, for there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by few. And his armor bearer said unto him, Do all that is in thy heart On turn thee, behold, I am with thee, according to thy heart. Then said Jonathan, behold, we will pass over unto these men, and we will discover ourselves unto them. If they say thus unto us, tarry until we come to you, then we will stand still in our place, and we will not go up unto them. But if they say thus, come up unto us, then we will go up. For the Lord has delivered them unto our hands, and ye shall be a sign unto us. And behold, of them discover themselves unto the garrison of Philistines. And the Philistines said, behold, the Hebrews come forth out of the host where they are hid themselves. And the men of the garrison answered Jonathan and his armor bearer and said, come up to us, and ye will shew you a thing. And Jonathan said unto his armor bearer, come up after me, and the Lord has delivered them into the hand of Israel. And Jonathan climbed up unto his hands and up to his feet, and his armor bearer after him, and they fell before Jonathan, and his armor bearer slew after him. And the first slaughter which Jonathan and his armor bearer had made was about 20 men within as it were an half care of land, which with yoke of oxen might blow. And there was trembling in the host, in the field, and among all the people, the garrison and the spoilers, they also trembled, and the earth quaked. So it was a very great trembling. And the watchmen of Saul in Gibeah of Benjamin looked, and behold, the multitude melted away, and they went on beating down one another. And Saul said unto the people that were with me, number now, and see who is gone from us. And when they had numbered, behold, Jonathan and his armor bearer were not there. And Saul said unto Ahiah, bring here the ark of God, for the ark of God was at the time with the children of Israel. And it came to pass while Saul talked into the priest, and the noise that was in the host of the Philistines went on and increased. And Saul said unto the priest, withdraw thy hand, and son and all the people that were with him assembled themselves, and they came to the battle. And behold, every man's sword was against his fellow, and there was a very great discomfort. Moreover, the Hebrew that were in the Philistines before that time were went which went up with them into the camp from the country round about, even they also turned to be with Israel that were with Saul and Jonathan. Likewise, all the men of Israel which had hid themselves in the mount Ephraim, when they heard that the Philistines fled, even they also followed after them in the battle. And the Lord saved Israel that day, and the battle passed over unto Bethlehem. And the men of Israel were distressed that day, for Saul had adjudged the people, saying, cursed be the man that eateth any food this evening, that I may be avenged of my enemies. So none of the people tasted any food, and all day of the land came to a wood, and there was honey upon the ground. And when the people came unto the wood, behold, the people dropped from, but no man put his hand to his mouth, for the people feared the oath. But Jonathan heard not when his father charged the people with the oath. Wherefore he put forth the hand of the rod which was in his hand, and dipped it in the honeycomb, and put his hand unto his mouth, and his eyes were enlightened. Then answered one of the people and said, thy father straightly charged the people with an oath, saying, cursed be the man that eateth any food this day. And the person were faint. Then said Jonathan, my father had troubled the land. See, I pray you, how my eyes have been enlightened, because I tasted a little of this honey. How much more if haply the people had eaten freely to the day of the spoil of their enemies which they found? For had there not been now a much greater slaughter among the Philistines, and they smote the Philistines that day from Michmash unto Aijalon, and the people were very faint, and the people fled upon the spoil, and took sheep and oxen and calves, and slew them on the ground. And the people did eat when with the Lord. And they told Saul, saying, Behold, the people sin against the Lord in the day eat with the Lord blood. And he said, Ye have transgressed, roll a great stone unto me this day. And Saul said, Despise yourselves among the people, and say unto them, Bring me here every man in his ox, and every man his sheep, and slay them here, and eat, and sin not against the Lord in the eating with the blood. And all the people brought every man his ox with him, and night, and slew them there. And Saul built an altar unto the Lord. The same was the first altar that he built unto the Lord. And Saul said, Let us go down after the Philistines by night, and spoil them until the morning light, and let us not lose a man of them. And they said, Do whatsoever seemeth good unto thee. Then said the priest, Let us draw near hither unto God. And Saul asked counsel of the Lord, Shall I go down after the Philistines? Will thou deliver them into the hand of Israel? But he answered him not that day. And Saul said, Draw ye near hither, all the chief of the people, and know that see wherewith the sin hath been this day. For as the Lord liveth, which saved Israel, though it be in Jonathan my son, he shall surely die. But there was not a man among all the people that answered him. Then said he unto all Israel, Be ye on one side, and Jonathan my son will be on the other side. And the people said unto Saul, Do what seemeth good unto thee. Therefore Saul said unto the Lord, God of Israel, Give a perfect Lord. And Saul and Jonathan were taken, both the people, but the people escaped. And Saul said, Cast lots between me and Jonathan, my son. And Jonathan was taken. And Saul said to Jonathan, Tell me what thou hast done. And Jonathan told him and said, I did not taste a little, I did but taste a little honey with the end of the rod that was in my hand, and lo, I must die. And Saul answered, God do so and more also, for thou shalt surely die, Jonathan. And the people said unto Saul, Shall Jonathan die, who hath wrought this great salvation in Israel? God forbid. As the Lord liveth, there shall not one ear of the earth fall unto the ground. For he hath wrought the God with God this day. For the people rescued Jonathan, that he did not. Then Saul went up from following the Philistines, and the Philistines went to their own place. So Saul took the kingdom over Israel and fought against at his enemies on every side, against Moab, and against children of Ammon, and against Edom, and against the king of Zebah, and against the Philistines, and whithersoever he turned himself to vex them. And he gathered an host and smote the Amalekites, and delivered Israel out of his hand of them that spoiled them. And the sons of Saul was Jonathan and Ishu and Melchishah. And the names of his two daughters were these: the name of the first Merab, and the name of the younger Micah, and the name of Saul's wife was Ahinoam, the daughter of Ahimaaz, and the name of the captain of his host were Abner, and so and son of Nah, Saul's uncle. And Kish was the father of Saul, and Ner the father of Abner, and the son of Abiel. And there was Saul war against the Philistines all the days of Saul. And then Saul saw and strong man, or any valiant man he took unto him. Yeah, we'll take another short break and we'll